Ooh, Buff Metal back with another video. Today's rant, albums that will out-gore Evil Dead Burn any day of the week. What's going on, guys? Let's just talk about some albums today that it's summertime, man. When I think summer, I think slasher, I think horror movies, I think gore grind, baby. Oop, you get a sneak preview there. Got a bunch of albums here, fat stack. We're going to talk about all these. I'll say all these have more gore, blood, and guts and violence than anything that'll be in Evil Dead Rise, Burn. Evil Dead Burn, I think, is the new one I just saw is coming out. I got to be honest with you, man. I watched the trailer, and it's like, who cares? I don't know, man. I just don't care. I'm sorry, dude. The last one was not good, and how could it be better now? The sequel is going to be better? When is that ever the case? I don't know. Evil Dead Rise, I didn't care for. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'd like your opinion. Did you guys like that one? I just thought it was kind of weird. I'm going to give you a list of albums that instead of going to sit through that crap, we can just go ahead and pop on these gore fests here and get to work. So first up, obviously, we have, you know them, you love them, Hideous, Mangus. I've talked about them on the channel. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. So excited to see Sam Biles and the band live at Dead by Dog. Look at this, such a great, absolutely great, album cover here. Also, fun fact, I guess I saw in the Sam Biles interview, they took heavy inspiration for this album cover from Samhain, Initium, however the fuck you say it. Yeah, man, so, which is very obvious when you hold them up side by side. Anyways, yeah, man, if you haven't listened to Hideous, Mangus, All Your Friends Are Dead, go do so. It's gonna be the vibe this summer, I'm telling you right now. That goes without saying, and especially where they get the set at Dead by Dog, man, I'm stoked up. So one other band, again, that I've talked about a lot, but I feel like I can't make a list of gory summer albums without bringing it up. Rad Jackson, baby, come on, man. Hemdale, I could talk about this band pretty much all day. Delicious, gory fun. Pus-filled Carcass, my favorite. Like some of these, Are You Pornophobic? That's a good one. I like the sample in that. It's like hilarious. Yeah, dude. And then the Curse the Gods Destruction cover, awesome stuff. I love this album, man. This album cover, and just they did such a good job with this. I hope, you can pick up a copy if you haven't. I don't know if they're sold out. But anyways, oh, man, yeah, that gore is going to out-gore anything in the new Evil Dead. I just think, man, to be honest with you, like, it just feels very Hollywood now. It's like, why did we all love, Evil Dead to begin with? It's because it didn't feel Hollywood. It felt like kids in the woods making a movie, felt tactile, felt like real, So anyways, here we go. Next up, whipping out the picture disc, Dead Infection, Surgical Disembowelment. Just grabbed this recently from Hell's Headbangers, and man, when I tell you maggots in your flesh, excuse me. I know people be correcting me in the comments all the time, but anyways, Maggots in Your Flesh, one of my favorite gym songs, man. I think I made a short about that a while back, like top 5 gym songs, death metal gym songs, and that was in there. But anyways, all groove, all killer, no filler. Such an awesome album, and easily one of my favorite album covers of all time. Look at that, man. Gore Grind Summer is going to be sounding good with this one. This is definitely, what do they call this? Like the Carcass worship. Regardless, whatever it is, man, it doesn't sound too much like Carcass. I guess it does, in that, it has those really groovy riffs. But regardless, yeah, dude, if you haven't checked out Surgical Disembowelment, do yourself a favor. I actually woke up this morning and it was the first thing I spun. Sometimes, dude, I think like the first spin of the day is kind of a sacred one. I feel like it's the one you're always going to like the most. So I like to give it to something that is either new or something that I haven't maybe properly sat and listened to, in a while. And it's been a while since I've listened to Surgical Disembowelment. I sat there, had some coffee, and it was amazing, man. So yeah, I love it. And yeah, it's a wicked nice vinyl. Sounds great, especially for the picture disc. That nice, and some nice guts on there for all you sick freaks who like gore and gore grind and all this nastiness that's way nastier than the Evil Dead franchise will ever be. You know what the last good Evil Dead thing was the TV show that had Ash in it, where it was still like pretty funny. Yeah, I liked Ash versus the Evil Dead. I thought that was pretty good. So next up, we're going to talk about a band for a minute. One of the best to ever do it. I was stoked to get this recently. I think I already talked about it, but Death After Life by Impaled. Absolutely awesome album, man. I think this is their most underrated. I know Raw Sewage has said even that he's not a huge fan of this one, but I don't know, man. There's just so many great moments on this. If you haven't checked it out, give it the re-listen, dude. I hate people talking crap. I feel like people sometimes say something and then everyone has to agree with it, you know, like, oh, that album's like their weakest or whatever. But honestly, Death After Life was the first Impaled album I heard years ago, before I even knew what gore grind was or anything like that. I didn't know it was a genre. I think I found it on Spotify, and I'll never forget, dude, I was landscaping, and it was one of those albums that, like I said, I wasn't even super in the regular death metal either. Like, it was just like a random find, and I remember thinking, man, this is incredible. Whatever this is, I've never heard anything like this, and it's incredible. But that's Impaled for you. I also got Demo Medicale. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't talk today. I was ripping a bowl before this, and I was out partying last night, and dude, yeah, that's a whole other story. But yeah, man, another cool thing to own here, of course. You know, dude, it's just a really cool thing that since they can't get, what's it called, Mondo Medicale press, they put out Demo Medicale. I think it's tied up in some kind of production hell. So when I saw they were putting this out, Tank Crimes was, you know, it was like a no-brainer. Always love to throw, you know, I feel bad when that happens to bands where they get screwed because they signed a bad contract when they were younger, you know, and then they can't press their music. And man, they really did a good job with this, you know. I know everyone wants Mondo Medicale, but look at the boy Raw Sewage there. Really nice, cool sheet. I think this is from, if I remember correctly, these photos are from Ross's sister's, what do you call it, like veterinarian clinic or whatever. I think that's where they shot this. I could be wrong, yeah, because I think that's them down there. Yeah, see, I think she let them in there after hours. Again, don't quote me, I should have done research, but sometimes, man, I don't know, you just gotta shoot the video, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like sitting around like a fucking dork trying to come up with, you know, let me make sure everything is well researched. It doesn't feel like rock and roll. I don't care. You know what I care about? The riffs. And what better band to talk about that with than, how about Hemorrhage, man? I'm excited to play this again. I haven't spun this in a while, but every time, it's one of those albums, man, that every time I spin it, I'm always into it. I'm always loving it. It's not, dude, honestly, I'm not super familiar with this one. I bought it when it was pressed. I know Hells did a thing like a couple years ago or a year ago, or I don't remember exactly when, but yeah, dude, it's funny. I feel like sometimes I talk about this on the channel where I'm like, I gotta buy less so I can revisit stuff more, you know? And this is one of those albums that every time I spin it, I'm like, God damn, that's awesome. There's a little intro from Raw Sewage. Dude, and it's just phenomenal. But again, I haven't spent enough time with it to be like, oh yeah, I know what's good with Hemorrhage, you know? So I gotta go back, re-listen to this. But regardless, yeah, it is awesome, and I always bust this out, you know, summertime comes around. It has that air to me for some reason. Gore grind and all this stuff, I think, because it's just so groovy and heavy and stuff. I don't know if that's what makes it my like summer music. But another band nobody ever really talks about here, but I actually bought this vinyl from the Hell's Open Warehouse, Dead by Dog. I hope to see you guys there, man. If you're going, would be cool to hang with you all. But dude, Gruesome Stuff Relish, you know, a pretty cool little project. And who's this on the other side? I always forget because I never really listened to the other side. But I got this because I want to give the band credit. This is the split with Gruesome Stuff Relish and Offal. That's who the other band is. And I've listened to both sides. Obviously, I like the Gruesome Stuff Relish because that band, dude, again, I think they're incredibly underrated. I love that song, A Date with Fulci. If you haven't heard that, go check it out, man. All these bands singing about Fulci now, but I think Gruesome Stuff Relish was shouting him out first, man, or at least pretty damn early. They were long early to the game. But yeah, dude, their side on the split is awesome. And I don't play this often again, but 'tis the season, baby. I'm excited to bust this thing out and you know, give it another spin because every time I listen to it, I love it. So if you haven't checked out this split between I forget Offal and Gruesome Stuff Relish, go check it out. Now, here's something I was just listening to recently, and this is a classic, gore grind classic, Grinding Opus of Forensic Medical Problems by Pathologist. Say that 5 times fast, man. Can barely say it once. Dude, I love this album. One of my big regrets is not getting the album previous to this. I can't remember the name, man. These goddamn gore grind bands with their crazy titles that I'm not locking that in, man. Again, maybe I should do research, but I'm not a fucking dork. So, dude, the paroxysmal prelude, however the fuck you say it, awesome. It's like this bell chimey thing. It's creepy. It sounds like water jugs or something. It gives me big vibes of Zombie 2 or Zombie by Lucio Fulci too. So, dude, this album just groove laden all the way through. It's kind of like the only thing that I think is really, really on par with this as far as my enjoyment is Surgical Disembowelment, the Dead Infection album, where it's like the tone, the guitar tones, everything, like every moment of this record absolutely slaps. There's nothing I don't like about it. Nothing. Every moment you listen, just like, again, I feel the same way about Surgical Disembowelment, where it's like, tune in at any time and you're going to hear greatness, dude. It's just like all the way through. As far as like, this genre, gore grind, death gore, whatever the fuck you want to call it, man. I think this is 10 out of 10 material. So if you have never listened to Pathologist, and I saw that they're making shirts of this. What's that? Reality Fade on Instagram. They're making some shirts. I got to cop one of those because, man, I'd love to rep this album, man. The shirts look nice. I always wanted to order from there, but I just don't listen to enough of that damn bro slammy shit. I just don't care about it, man. But what I do care about coming out soon, but here's the last album, Flourishing Extremities on Unspoiled Mental Grounds by Pharmacist, man. Dude, this is just like a guitar player's like dream right here, man. Like to make an album this great, filled with such great like technical work, but also great just like riffage all the way through. Necromorph, favorite song on here. But other than that, man, it's all good. There's some solo guitars by Andrew Lee, the that lefty dude from what's that band, Ripped to Shreds. But dude, clearly he's got the skill, man. You can't talk shit on his game because like I said, man, what do you remember about this? The solos and the guitars. So whatever he did, he absolutely killed it. But man, I'm excited for their new album too. Vertebrae After Vertebrae, I think it was called. Yeah, here's the inner sheet that it comes with. But I'm gonna grab that. I'd like to grab the last album. I can't remember the title, but the one before this, the yellow one, that obviously is knocking off the Pathologist album. I want to get that one as well. I think Hells is supposed to repress it, but I'm not sure yet. But Flourishing Extremities, man, is a gem, dude. It really is just like I don't even know. It's like Carcass Worship, yes, but it's so original, dude. Like I don't like calling it that when it just sounds so much like its own thing. And that's what's cool about the gore grind stuff, man. I find a lot of the time, most of these bands, they aren't just like doing the same thing over and over again. There's it's got just enough brutality and melody while simultaneously like keeping that like I don't know, I lost my train of thought, but fuck it, dude. I don't know. Like I said, I was ripping the bowl before this. What do we got left here? All right, let's talk about the next band on the list. One of my favorite splits to come out. I'm gonna do my favorite splits video soon, but I'm just waiting for some stuff to come in. But anyways, dude, let's just talk Hemdale Exhumed real quick, man. This was one of the coolest things that they pressed. The only problem with this vinyl was that it was a little quiet. You have to like turn your shit all the way up, but it sounds great still. And dude, yeah, this is just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And this was like kind of around the time that I started. I actually wasn't like a huge Exhumed fan, I don't think, when they pressed this. But I think they were coming around. Whatever, one thing led to another, man. And this is one of the things that kind of made me a fan of Exhumed, and especially Hemdale, man. This is like the best Hemdale material right here. I mean, it's got everything that's on here is in Rad Jackson, because Rad Jackson's just a compilation of everything they've ever done. But yeah, dude, the Exhumed side's good too. My favorite song on there, Bonefucker, dude, absolutely killer track. If you've never listened to this, listen to the song Bonefucker by Exhumed. You'll 100% dig that. It's like one of my favorite Exhumed tracks. But while we're talking about Exhumed, let's talk about my favorite Exhumed album of all time, and one of my favorite metal albums of all time after, when all is said and done, Gore metal. Dude, I'm stoked I got to see them on the tour where they were doing Gore metal material from the split. I'm pretty sure they did Bonefucker live. And, they did everything, I think, up to Anatomy is Destiny, which is all my favorite material, man. Besides, you know what, dude? Hot take here. Not a big Slaughter Cult fan. I don't know why. It just doesn't do it for me. But you know what? Maybe I just skipped it and like was hopping around the discography and other places. But I'm curious if anyone else feels that way. I know, like Decrepit Crescendo is good. You know, I like that tune. But like, I don't know, man. When I look back at it, I feel like I'm missing another one that I liked. But regardless, I'll take gore metal any day, man. This is this is another 10 to me. It's like every single song on here rocks. You know, In My Human Slaughterhouse is one of the riffiest Exhumed songs ever. Obviously, I love Open the Abscess. I used to just sit around trying to learn that on guitar. That shit is hard as the day is long. And Limb from Limb, great. Enucleation, awesome. Casket Crusher, dude. This is, again, I hate when I do this, when I'm like, all right, I'm just reading the track listing now. That's why I try not to, because it's like, everything is good, man. But like, it's not just good on gore metal, I guess. That's the thing, is gore metal is actually like, I don't know, like it's otherworldly, man. There's just nothing that sounds like this. There's nothing that exactly does what gore metal does. And dude, I keep meaning to make another video on really great, YouTube metal stuff that you can just like look up and watch. But kind of like I did with like the best underground concerts a while back. But there's a great documentary you can watch for free on YouTube of Exhumed, the Decades or something like that. I forget, man, but every once in a while I throw it on still because it's just so good, man. It's one of my favorite, just like gets you motivated, makes you want to like, I don't know, like, grab a guitar and start a band. It's one of my favorite things, and it's cool to see that they're back with Raw Sewage now and making albums like this, the newest one that I actually like, Red Asphalt by Exhumed. You know, I hear a lot of people going, yeah, it's all right, but like songs like Shovelhead, Shovelhead, Iron Graveyard, Unsafe at Any Speed. I'm like, I don't know if people are just like not listening or like maybe they've burned out or something. I could see that, but like I'll take this over like to be fair, I haven't listened to it, but really not very interested in the new what's that fucking band? God damn it. Regardless, man, as far as new metal goes, yeah, I'm not gonna try and remember it. I'm not gonna remember it. But as far as new metal goes, man, I really think this Red Asphalt album is pretty damn good, man. It'll be in my contenders for best of the year, in my opinion. So, the Monstrosity album, that's what I was thinking of, man. I'll take this any day, but don't take my word for it. I haven't listened to the new Monstrosity, and I'm not a huge Monstrosity fan as is. So, regardless, man. Exhumed, Red Asphalt, really great. Now, last album, I'm not gonna beat this dead horse, man. You know what I'm listening to this summer. Hacked Up for Barbecue, baby. Always repping the Tish. You know, dude, this stuff, it's some of my favorite driving music. I even really I sing along to the samples, if you can say that. You know, no, as I'm driving around, it's getting to the point where I can like recite them out loud. I don't know, man. I just love Mortician, especially in the summertime. Nice hot day, driving around blaring the Tish. It's the ultimate vibe. So yeah, can't wait to spend more of them, spend more time with these tracks. 10 out of 10 material, of course. So that's it, guys. If you want gore this summer, if you want real horror, buy some of those albums, man. Listen to that shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna blow the brakes off whatever the new Evil Dead movie is gonna be. You know, I'd like to get your take on that too. Please, is anyone excited to see that? Did anyone watch the trailer and go, "Oh, this looks amazing"? Like, just looks like really polished, and I don't know, man. It's just, I know, man. They can't recreate the '80s now, but like, it just feels like it's like Evil Dead LLC now, or like business, like you know what I mean? It's like the corporation LLC or whatever, you know, it's a corporate Evil Dead. I just don't jive with it too much. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. Give me something better to watch. All right, hoo hoo.